Hi, Edward Unthank here. I'm going to talk to you right now about how very practically to implement AI into your system and slowly build trust as the development of AI and Agentic is getting better and better. So the primary starting point that we say is the phrase that everyone's heard is human in the loop. That means that the AI isn't just going through and doing automations, are not going through all the way to publishing. It means that there needs to be a human somewhere in there to review the quality of what's being done in a step-by-step basis, into a task basis, into a project basis, and making sure that that's part of that. Now, human in the loop, I need to say, is a current status on how to roll out AI intelligently. It is not the end of the road. The end of the road is that we're going towards full automation, full autonomous automation without human in the loop. But it'd be reckless to start there. And so we start with making sure that every individual automation is being manually verified by humans, and that we have a path to go from humans babysitting every single task into a full path to autonomous. It'd be reckless to start with going to full autonomous. And so the common accepted way to go towards that is to start with a human in the loop on all design of the quality. As in, if you're coming up with a video and then you're asking for social media variations of it, you don't just immediately post it without looking at it. You have a human verify, take notes on improvement, and then feed back the overall system that's flowing in order to make these things. Now, the path is that once we have, if you have human in the loop, you're getting qualified and looking more and more at every individual loop until you're getting a highest excellent quality output from that automation. Now, once you get into there, there's a path forward, which is decreasing the amount of human time. Now, the way that I would do that, I'd say, number one, human in the loop. That is the first path in the loop. The next path from human in the loop is what I call the taking our hands off the steering wheel. And that approach is to say, what happens if we remove the human from the loop? What output quality do we get? And then we start to look at the output and then say, how much systemic improvement needs to be going to the automation all up, not within the automation, but working on the automation. I'm calling that a drift test. That is the same thing as if you were to go driving down your car down a highway and you take your hands off the wheel for a second, and you see how much you're spinning off in which direction, because that tells you what mechanically you need to change and improve on this thing. So first we start with a drift test, making sure that any of these automations are still going to be doing positive things, or you can just go into root cause analysis. I'm going to call that RCA for root cause analysis. You determine what the root cause problems are that are causing the automation to drift, and then from there you want to improve that and then have automation feedback loops to improve the primary automation that you're doing with AI and Agentic. And finally, once you're doing past the drift test where you take your hands off the wheel and it's still going to be an excellent quality whether or not a human's babysitting it or not, eventually you get to the world where there's a human on the loop. And on the loop means that you have individual people, humans, who are managing these things in the highest quality and making sure that multiple automations, many automations are being run consistently, and a human manager is able to maintain and work on the system as opposed to in the system. That is the primary definition of the group and the evolution of these things. So human in the loop, we've heard it before. I want you to look at the future and realize that human in the loop is an intermediary step towards excellence of AI and agentic systems. We're eventually moving towards humans working on the automations, not within the automation. So that's the path. I know it's a little bit further than people are currently looking right now, but that's the future that we're going to be running towards really quickly. So I'm Edward Unthank. I'm here to explain some of the AI and how it works into marketing operations and everything else like that. Follow me along. I've been on LinkedIn, and I'm going to keep on publishing out more content and helping us educate and move towards an AI agentic first world. So thank you, Edward Unthank. Bye.